Hey there, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me here on Wave Now. We are joining a press conference that's happening right now. LG&E and Norton Healthcare, they are announcing two new high-speed electric vehicle charging stations. One is going to be in the Russell neighborhood of West Louisville, and the other is near I-64. So let's jump into this press conference and get more details.
Profit organization to host a station through our hosted program. Our goal, by increasing EV charging infrastructure and accessibility, is to help spur economic development as well as support the growing number of EV motorists traveling in and through Kentucky. And now it's my privilege to introduce Norton Healthcare Sports and Learning Center President and Founder, Sadiqa Reynolds.
Well, hello. This is exciting. First of all, you all see we've got the president of the Louisville Urban League. We got our special guests out there, Lyndon Pryor. Wave your hand. The Norton Healthcare Sports and Learning Center really doesn't do anything without the Urban League. We are always and forever partners in this, and you all know that. I am so thankful. Thank you, Shannon, so much. I am so excited about what we are doing here in the West End of Louisville, creating these supercharging stations. And I think you said it best. I don't think people really consider how close we are to the interstate and how many people will be able to use these facilities, use these tools that you are now planting on this property in this community. I always like to remind people this used to be 24 acres of contaminated land. So we've gone from dirty land to clean energy. Amazing. Really, I don't have a lot to say except to say thank you, except to say that there are people in our community who will benefit from these charging stations. There are people who are coming through Louisville, just kind of passing by. And I guess when they put it in their app, they'll figure out that we've got an electric charging station here and they'll come by. We've had people already stopping in at the building. Actually, we were in a meeting last week and somebody came in just to say thank you. Thank you for the chargers. And then they had all these technical questions. Are they superchargers? Are they this? Are they that? And I was like, okay, I'm about an inch deep on this. Let me get Marcus. So please make sure you give us all of the information so we can answer the questions and do all of the things that we need to do to make sure the public knows and we can seem educated about it. But we're very, very excited. And I want to say something else to LG&E, KU. You all have been amazing partners for us every step of the way here. But I have to tell you, we were just about to start charging Themby rent because this woman has been at this facility making sure this project happened. And I don't think I have to say thank you and have Themby just stand for a second, if you don't mind. Themby Tillman, who turn around to the cameras. Absolutely. She is not an employee of the Norton Healthcare Sports and Learning Center, but instead she is the woman responsible for making sure that this project actually got completed. And I just want to thank you so much for your commitment, for your dedication to us. Shannon, I want to thank you too. I'm excited. Other than Marcus, we got this is some girl power here. So we're actually women powering these vehicles to make sure they move through our community. But really what I want to say is thank you to all of the team at the Norton Healthcare Sports and Learning Center, especially Marcus McAlpin. We've got some other team members here, Kevin, Shelby, if you all could wave, they're behind the cameras, but I want to say thank you to them. Thank you to the team. Rhonda Mitchell, of course. We got Mandy here. The Urban League team is here as well. I see Anthony, Deetra, Lyndon Pryor, even got some babies here today. I guess Summer is still out. But I don't ever want a story run on this facility that doesn't highlight the number of jobs we've been able to create, the fact that we have been able to clean up contaminated land and make it feasible and appropriate for our young people to play on. They're practicing soccer here. We've got flag football going on here. We've got outdoor track. We've got indoor track. But we've got more than just a sports complex. It really is a multi-purpose space. And that's what these charging stations mean to me. So, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, we had a Corvette show here. Some months ago, we had a tattoo convention. We've had a tumbling conference here. One of the most, I mean, it was just a record-breaking event. What you are showing today is that everything is possible on this land, and everything is possible if we keep our imaginations open, and if we understand that this part of our community deserves every investment that every other part of the community has made. And that's what I know was important to our friends at LGE KU. Am I saying that right? Absolutely. And I'll tell you one thing, Thembi was really, really adamant that that was her intention and that was your intention. And to have an employee who is such an amazing ambassador for your work and what you all are trying to do every single day, she never let us forget how important our site was. And we all have partnerships and, you know, different people, they come and they go. But when you find a partner who believes as much as you do, who brings that energy into the space and says, we are doing this because people in this community matter, that matters to me. And so the work, you know, it's good work, but it was even more of a pleasure because of the way you did it. And so I have to say thank you for your leadership. I hope there are other companies and organizations that are looking at you. I hope that they see you as an organization that they should follow behind, because that's exactly what we think about LGEKU. So thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Thembi. Thank you to every person here with LGEKU. And thank you to the team that made this possible. Thank you, Marcus, as well. I'm really overjoyed and overwhelmed being president of this facility and being the person who founded this. And nobody does anything without a team. But what I want to tell you all, there are so many days that it is such an honor that God has allowed me to live to see these blessings. A lot of times you can commit to a project and you promise people things and you say, this is going to happen and that's going to happen. And you kind of, you know, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. To live to see everything happen, this is beyond my wildest dream. I'd never imagined that we would have a charging station. This may not seem big to anybody else, but it is huge to me. And believe me, it is huge to folks who are driving these electric vehicles. They've already started stopping by. Our security guard just told me on the way up here, we've got folks stopping in. And again, we've had people already say thank you. So let me be the last person for today, at least, to say thank you so much for this investment in our community. And we challenge other corporations, companies, locally or otherwise, to do the same. Thank you. Is there anybody else? All right, that's it. I bet you all have questions about these electronic vehicles, and Shannon and Thembi can come up because I don't know anything. I should leave.
Oh, come on.
I don't. Okay, I'll stand here.
We really need Thembi up here behind the microphone at this point. Yeah. Any questions?
Infrastructure program to support electric vehicle stations throughout the state. I'm guessing that this might be separate from the funding that's used for that. Can you talk about how this, if it is, how what's happening here is significant for putting more EV stations throughout the state?
Great question. That is separate from this. This is basically a product of LG&E and KU wanting to be able to invest in the community. So those funds are separate funds than what this is here.
Right. I would add that this is really part of a pilot program. So I mentioned in my notes, in my speaking comments, that we have approval to pilot these fast charging stations in up to 8 locations across our service territory. So, that's what we're doing. We're excited about the prospect of it. We'll be studying those results and we'll be going back with recommendations on where else we can put them. But we're being very strategic in where we locate these 8 charging stations. This was the first and very important location. You guys have done a remarkable job here, Sadiqa. It's amazing. Do you want to go? Yeah, I'll let you do that because this is your project.
there are a lot of criteria that we use to evaluate each site. This is one, like she said, of 8 locations, and their criteria was there. You know, we wanted an area that was close to the highway, because like if anybody knows, if you're using the DC fast charger, it's typically for those that are traveling through or around Kentucky and want to jump in and jump off. So you don't want to be too far from the highway. We wanted to do it in an area that wasn't going to be done, so that we make sure that we invest in a great location. So typically, you know, the sites near pilots and other gas stations are already going to be done. So we wanted to do it in a low income area, because a lot of people don't think that a low income area would be an area to put a DC fast charger. So we wanted to make sure that we were checking all the boxes that we have for the criteria in evaluating these types of sites. And this being the first, it was a great partnership. I'm telling you, Marcus, I would call him at last minute and I would be like, Marcus, we're going on our way to the site. Is it okay if we come? Sure, come on in. So great partnership, great communication, great community, great partnership. So that's what we were looking for in the first site.
Absolutely. I would say it also just helps support the economic development that's going on in this area. So I think we can all agree that West Louisville is an area that is well deserved of investment. And we just felt like this was a good way to help anchor what good work is already going on here.
I think the other key thing in why these came here was they saw the volume. They saw the volume of events and the foot traffic that came onto this campus. With having 800 plus events here year after year, with having large, from like Sadiqa said, USA Gymnastics Championships to indoor track championships to conventions of all sorts, that foot traffic is there and that volume is there. And yes, we are right next to the highway, where it was a no-brainer when we had this conversation to make sure that we had the amenities just like any other multi-purpose sports complex, and having these charging stations be here for those patrons that come into our doors every single day. All right. Other than that, thank you all so much for coming out.
Thank you all.